Empty shell casing. What's up, guys? Pleasure to finally have you guys on.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
No problem at all. Oh my God. So the Zoom window, have you guys been able to hear that? The Zoom window has been unmuted this entire time. So it's possible that everyone can hear you guys yammering behind me.
Amazing.
Amazing. So anyway, the new EP, I would like for you guys, can you introduce yourselves?
This way, this thing.
Okay.
All right. I'm Aiden. I play bass. Zach, guitar.
I'm Christian. I'm DJ Punch Drunk. I turntable.
I'm Ben. I play drums.
I'm Zane, and I play guitar. I'm Jakari. I'm on vocals.
At least 3 of you need new metal nicknames. Like the DJ's got it figured out, but the rest of you guys need to be like Zerg or Hammer.
Yeah, we're working on
Who
it.
said Jakari? Hey, is that Skinned
That's
Alive?
Ian.
Hey, that's Ian. That's awesome.
Hello, Ian. Anyway, guys, the EP is incredible. I mean, literally just track for track for track. I was blown away every single second of it. You guys are the most exciting young band probably doing it right now. And I've rarely been so impressed with a debut effort. I would like to start by saying, so the first track on there, you guys are Playmo fans, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Is that first song inspired by Yala off of Kekis Pass?
Yeah.
Yeah! I was like, I know this. So funny story, I've been harassing Mark Maggiore, lead singer of Playmo, to come on the podcast for like 2 years now. And I think he accidentally put me in like his primary inbox on Instagram. So every time I DM him, he DMs me right back. But I think he's really embarrassed that he used to be in a new metal band. You guys know what he does now, right?
No.
Yeah.
You don't know what he does now? Hold on. You guys, it's going to blow your mind.
Aiden knows.
He might be the greatest painter of Western scenescapes in the world today. He sells paintings for $500,000 a pop.
That's
Really?
That's
awesome.
crazy.
So he like doesn't want people to know he was in a new metal band.
That's
It's
awesome.
not. It doesn't quite gel. But we're gonna. You know what? I think I'm gonna send him your music after this. He deserves to know. So anyway. In addition to that, great to have you guys on the show. I would love I've done a lot of yammering about your influences. Why don't you tell the people some of the other bands that you guys are influenced by?
Do we give it away?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a really big one. It's the band called Gut Syndicate.
Oh my God! What?
Yeah.
You guys are some scholars. The deep lore. You're onto the bands that aren't even streaming. Although I heard they're on streaming now, but that's that's crazy because it's like I was thinking about Yala, but now I'm thinking about that first Gut Syndicate song, and it's like
That's exactly what we're
Can I
doing.
interrupt you for a second? Because we didn't want to air that out because how much we stole.
but like that's fine. Oh my God, it's not like you're ripping off the Rolling Stones.
It was so bad that it got posted before our EP came out, and we didn't want to post about it because we didn't want people to listen to it before. We didn't want people to know that
See,
we
but
stole
that's, you know what, when I was first discovering like the deep lore of new metal, what was really blowing me away was discovering these bands and thinking like nobody's influenced by this. Like I'm so sick of hearing bands that are influenced by like The Cure and the Smiths and like Joy Division, like the same bands over and over and over. It's like, who is influenced by Guts Division? Who is influenced by the Mad Capsule Markets? Who's influenced by 40 Below Summer? Like, no, where are those bands? So just hearing like you guys name check them is that's amazing. You guys got any other ones you want to give away?
Relative Ash.
Damn.
Sunk Lodo. Fucking Nothing Face.
40 Below Summer.
40 Below Summer. Absolutely. Slaves on Dope.
I used to dream of times like this, man. This is the most new metal agenda thing I've ever heard.
Playmo, obviously.
East
Side.
Snot. East Side. East Side is
Eastside's a
super
big one.
unique.
Just because like there was a pre-empty showcasing band that was more like metalcore, and we definitely all come from a hardcore scene. So we still wanted our like music to be danceable, but we didn't want to have like explicit like breakdowns. So I just remember listening to like East Side and just being like, this is like dance music, but it's like still bouncy.
If
You know,
East Side,
it does-
if
it
East
doesn't-
Side
it-
is the band I'm thinking of, they have like a crazy snare sound. Is that the band?
Yeah,
Yes.
fucked up.
Oh man. I always emphasize to people, it's like a great new metal album, a great new metal song should be able to be identified by the snare alone. If you could just hear the snare, you know what song it is. That's a great new metal song right there. And you guys actually collaborated with Papercut on this EP.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I've been telling Papercut for years that he's got the best snare in the game.
Yeah, it's like a Wii Sports tennis snare.
It's like no, it sucks, but it's awesome.
It just has this really long reverb tail. It grabs your attention right away. You immediately are like, what is this? Because, you know, the thing I really struggle with listening to or getting recommended like modern metalcore is the drums are terrible.
Yeah, the drums sound like that.
That's always the thing for me. Is it's like, this might be a good song, but I can't get over these drums. These are like MIDI drums. I'm just But new metal is all about the drum tone. And you know what is that first Playmo album, Keki's Boss? That has some crazy drum tones on it too. Yeah. You guys know the song Porn?
Yeah.
Just that first snare. Pack! That's that shit. So, but you're killing me now. I need more influences. Get out your phones. Go through your Spotify's. What else you got?
There's Sig9, Watcha.
Watcha? That Team Nowhere movement was fire. All those bands were really good.
I'm trying to think.
Scapegoat's a really big one. Dude,
you gotta let me pull up my playlist or something.
Yeah, dude.
Lifer.
Wow. What about how about like Super Heist?
Yeah, Super Heist is
Super Heist
cool.
is
Super Heist is a little bit more like singy, poppy.
True.
I remember. But we're going from like I think a big one as far as like there's a couple of songs where we're doing a lot of like double kick, chug stuff that's a little bit more metalcore-y, like Armani Death Machine influenced. I think
you guys gotta like Dry Kill Logic, right?
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
I'm going through my library now. I'm just gonna start rattling them off. How about Scrape?
Scrape for sure.
Scrape is awesome.
Scrape is a little bit more rock for
Linnea 77.
I don't think we've
Linnea
said
77.
Stillborn Nursery.
Stillborn Nursery.
Yeah. We'll probably end up getting
Those are hometown legends.
This is just gonna. You know what? This is just gonna be us naming bands at each other until one of us hasn't heard of them.
Yeah.
And then the person that loses, it becomes their show. So if you guys get one over on me, it becomes your show. Oh, you guys love Chimera, right?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
That's one of those bands. Every new metal band that went into another genre just got worse and worse and worse. That was one of those bands where it's like, oh, we never really were new metal. We consider ourselves to be something else, and they just.
Yeah, or they claim they were never new metal. You know what I mean?
But that's so. You know what? You guys are gonna have to do that at some point.
Okay. There's a couple. Sorry to interrupt. There's a couple that we forgot that were huge.
Okay, yeah, Primer 55. I saw that in the chat. Shout out whoever said that.
So there's Kill Pretty, Seated Crown, and Lower, who are all big influences.
Lower, especially for me vocally. Like,
all right. Well, I've never heard of Lower, so.
Give us the login. That's my show.
All right, guys, we're introducing our next guest, Kirk.
Hey, great to be on here. So great to be on here. This used to be my show. But now all subscription revenue goes to these guys. So they got me. What were the band called that I'd never heard of? Lower? Such a new metal band.
They're a Texas band. They're from Houston. We're from Texas.
I recently found out there are two different new metal bands called Shovel. Like we didn't have that much imagination when it comes to the band names, but we
Shovel's another one that we take.
Shovel with the U.
They have some really cool tones on that record too. And that's another. Shovel is one of those bands where it's like, I can't believe a major label released this.
Yeah.
There was that period between like Follow the Leader and Hybrid Theory where it was just like the heaviest, rawest, dirtiest thing. We just signed that band and I'm sure it's gonna work out. And it was quite a time. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on from the name checking. I could do it all day, but we should move on from that. How did you guys come together as a group?
So this is sort of like a group of members of other bands. Me and Jakari were in a band previous to this that was sort of going to it for a similar sound, but never really took off.
Zach too.
And Zach was a part of it. Zach up here, and he. It was sort of us three. We were still doing that old band with the members that we have now, but we were sort of like we wanted sort of reimagine it, and so we disbanded that band and then made it something new with the current lineup that we have today, and we just made it more aesthetically pleasing to what we wanted to do. But we're all members of different bands in Dallas-Fort Worth local scene. So
Man,
yeah.
Dallas is putting it down. Do you guys know Dogma?
Yeah, I've heard of Dogma.
Love Dogma. They're really good. They're out there. Who else is like doing it right in Texas?
There's a bunch of bands like Bullets Between Tongues. They're our super close friends. Cinema.
Since My Beloved. Since My Beloved. I mean, we're all
R.I.P.
Yeah. Christian was a good band.
I'm just looking at Bullets Between Tongues for after the show. Thanks. Okay, so you guys came together as a unit, and I think you mentioned before you weren't always making new metal.
Yeah, kind of. So it was like, the old band was, but it was just kind of unfocused, and we were sort of doing more metalcore-y stuff, like Vane inspired.
Who are a new metal band, by the way.
Yeah. So it was like kind of inspired by that, but we sort of wanted to just reinvent it and make it more focused. So that's why we started Empty Shell Casing.
So when you say you wanted to make it more focused, was there like first of all, like the scholarship here, how did you find these bands?
Just being nerds of the genre, just wanting
so
to find more. Just
It's these two right here. It's Ben and Jakar.
They're the masterminds.
Yeah, they've been on that shit.
What's really addicting about new metal is that since it's a genre that's created to be accessible, to have choruses, to have bridges, to have hooks, once you discover like 3 or 4 bands that you really like, there's like a million bands that'll just go right along with it. Like when I was doing my like new metal nerd era, it was every single week I was discovering a new favorite. Do you guys like American Head Charge?
they're all right to me.
Cool. They're just like,
I'm not a huge fan.
Don't get me
they're just,
started.
like, a little bit
Anyway,
more-
so but like that whole like I really relate to the to that part of it. Did you ever read any of our lists?
Wait, what?
Did we?
The lists?
I did
like
the 100 greatest albums, and we did the 100 greatest new metal songs.
Yeah, wasn't I want to say you picked "Freak on a Leash" was the best song, right? Or was it
No.
"Blind"?
It was blind. It was Blind live at Woodstock, '99.
I agree.
Yeah, that
I
video was
definitely
awesome.
agree.
Yeah. I'm always, whenever I meet people that hear about these bands, and they're like, no, I never like saw your stuff at all. I'm always like,
I mean, you're doing it the best. I mean,
you
what can I
fucking
say?
right I am. Sorry.
Yeah, you are.
I know I'm
You're
not
putting
supposed to be like that, but. So anyway,
put
though,
on-
what kind of we've been putting them off now, but and I'm very much similar to you guys, I think, in that I spend way more time listening to the flop new metal bands than the big hits. But you guys must have some affinity for like the big 5. Anything there? Deftones influence, Korn influence?
Oh, dude, Deftones was like the first band that I like fell in love with. I heard My Own Summer and like my entire life changed. I remember hearing Head Up for the first time and being like, I want to be in a band. That's what I want to do for the rest of my life. So,
Exactly.
definitely huge inspiration for me vocally, especially everything on Adrenaline.
So, yeah, Adrenaline Era is actually like
Yeah.
Deftones is awesome.
Nosebleed is like a top 10 song of all time for me. So
Adrenaline has that thing with the first Korn album where people will be like, yeah, it's a good album, but the production's really bad. And I'm just like, what the fuck are you smoking? Like, you couldn't, like, if you put them in, like, NRG, gave them a $500,000 budget, the album would be worse.
Yeah,
It definitely, it gives you, when I listen to Adrenaline, it reminds me of, like, Sacramento pavement, blacktop, like, heat lines coming off, streets style music. And it's like, I think that maybe people have forgotten that bad production can be good production, too.
There's a good kind of bad.
That's the whole, hey, that's the new metal agenda, baby. A good kind of bad. That's what we are. We're a good kind of bad. Speaking of production, speaking of music, speaking of rhythm, speaking of tempos, I've noticed on the EP, and what is the name of that EP again?
And slowly, as I turn my back.
I noticed on the EP, you guys do play fast and loose with like meter and rhythm. Songs will like speed up and slow down, and I'm really, like, I'm wondering, like, so first of all, I've loved that shit. New metal bands, the best new metal bands, or at least the ones that speak to me the most, are the ones that didn't play to a click track, the ones that let their drummer kind of lead the way with that groove, like David Silvera, the groove-based drummers. You guys have that groove. Where'd you kind of discover that from? Was it just from playing hard, or?
So David Silveri is definitely like my number one influence on that. Same with like Joey Jordison. I know like both of them famously didn't play to a click. We sort of, I think for me, like I did that because I had a lot of song ideas that I wanted to connect, but they weren't going to the same tempo. So I would just sort of want to connect songs with different tempos together. So what we ended up doing is we tabbed out a lot of it, and when we recorded drums first, and
who the fuck is that in the kitchen? What are they doing? What is the kitchen guy doing? He's out there. He's out there doing his spin kicks and stuff. I'm sorry to I'm sorry that he interrupted. I'm sorry that he interrupted. Please
I'm an asshole.
Continue from where you left off.
So we sort of just made a tempo map to it, and I did record to a click, but we put in the tempo changes into the click. So it was, but we tried to make it not feel like it was set to a click track.
That's a really good idea, is to program that into the click, because then it's like it's chaotic, but it's not too chaotic. Everyone still is on beat there. It's not like you guys are losing the tempo. So that's really clever. It's really clever.
It was nice to be able to like punch into it too, using the tempo map. Like recording guitars, it made it like way easier.
So in addition to some of the other things you carry on though proudly in the new metal tradition is the weird skit. Can you guys maybe shed some light on where the weird skit came from? It's like a guy.
It's just like
that's Christian, yeah.
I don't know. I just think we like come from a hardcore background, and we just thought it would be funny, you know. We know it's weird. We know.
You gotta explain Harry Hines.
Yeah,
it's a little bit. Oh, yeah. Okay. So Harry Hines is like sort of like the unofficial Dallas red light district. Like that's if you drive down a certain corner, there's a bunch of strip clubs, and there's like 40 plus prostitutes out there every night. So that's where the name Harry Hines. Yeah, just let me put that down for later. Yeah. So that's where the name comes from. It's a very aggressive man complaining about how our album doesn't sound like hardcore, and then the prostitute politely interrupts him to ask when she's going to get paid.
I've watched. It's a great skit. I've watched other bands though, like I think they're called Into Again, play covers.
Oh,
of-
yeah, I love that
That's
band.
our best friend. Those are our best friends.
Yes, I think they did a video. They did a cover of One Step Closer by Linkin Park at like a hardcore show. People were going fucking nuts. Like,
We're all there.
Yeah.
We're all there.
oh really? You were there for history, damn it. Because it's like I think that a lot of bands like that see authenticity as not having choruses and not having hooks and not having breakdowns, or not having like bridges, I should say. Certainly they all do breakdowns, and I do respect that approach on a lot of levels. We also had a band on here called Gideon. We had Gideon on here once, and their music is basically just the hardest breakdown followed by the hardest breakdown for an entire album. It works great for them. But I do have a real strong affinity for songs that just get stuck in your head. And I like this emergence between hardcore and new metal that's developing. And certainly people are going to end up very jealous of your success, because Road Rider's going to come along. They're going to sign you to the shittiest 360 deal you've ever seen in your life.
Oh, God.
They're going to give you bad touring support. You're gonna release an album with them. It's gonna sell 10,000 copies, and they're gonna drop you cold.
We're ready for it.
Right? You're like, yeah, I want that experience. I want that experience, man. I've interviewed people. I've interviewed like the drummer from Scrape on here before, who's also in Evanescence, but who cares? But I've interviewed like the drummer from Scrape on here before. We've had Jared from Head PE on here. We've had Lejean from Seven Dust on here, and it's funny, they've all had those experiences of getting ripped off by their record label, and now I think a lot of young bands are like, man, I wouldn't mind getting ripped off by a record label. Because now it's like you can't get anything from a record label.
You can't even get picked up. Yeah.
Like Scrape, like the guys from Scrape, they were being told like, you guys are all gonna be millionaires. This album's gonna go triple platinum. Here's $250,000 to go record it. Could you imagine having $250,000 from a record label?
How much do you think it cost us to make the EP?
Oh, dude, maybe
1,000 probably total.
Yeah.
what? I thought it was like $500.
Less than that. Yeah, like 500.
Out of pocket.
What we're gonna spend for the booklet, probably around 1,000.
Yeah, okay.
Shout out to Fira though. I mean,
Yeah.
they're not paying for our tour bus, but they help us out so much.
it's like people say all the time, they'll be like, man, I miss these days, or like, we used to be a proper nation, and stuff like that. And it'll be like, I wish nu metal could make a comeback. And what I'll say to people occasionally is, it's like, well, it's not about the music. There are tons of incredibly good bands all over the country. It's that during the nu metal era, record companies were opening their checkbooks and signing them. Like, you were making that money. Now it's like your favorite band is probably all working day shifts at Olive Garden. Like, they can't afford to just go full-time on music. Is anyone in here full-time on their music right now?
We want to be, but I don't think any of us are.
Right. The way the system used to work is you'd get discovered by an A&R, and that A&R would be like, show us what you can do if this was a full-time job. And you would be able to quit your jobs, shack up in some really nice studio. And then, once it didn't work out, you'd have like $500,000 of debt. But it'd be a really fun couple years. So
yeah. I feel like that's the difference between now and back then, is that like back then it was like the entrance barrier was harder, but once you're past it, you're solid.
Right.
Longest budgets, but now it's like the entrance is way easier, but getting signed is way harder.
The ceiling is so much lower because record industries, like a label like Columbia Records, right? They'd sign a System of a Down. System of a Down would do huge sales. And then Columbia would take that money and invest it into like Stereo Mud and the Union Underground and Spike 1000. And those bands would do bad. They would underperform, but they would reinvest that money. Now, like, a label will sign one Spirit Box. They'll sign one Bring Me the Horizon. They'll sign one Bad Omens. And the money they generate, they just keep it.
Yeah.
They don't circulate it. They don't reinvest it. They just keep it until they find the next safe bet. So it's just not. So like when people complain about music now, I try to impart like this is not the fault of the young people that make the music. It has nothing to do with them because they're great. They're really talented. It's that the people in the executive corporate branches aren't giving them any money.
Something that has been hard for us, or not that big of a challenge yet, but we've been trying to like brand ourselves as a nu metal band. But that can be hard because if you look at like what Korn was doing, they had like giveaways and big contests and stuff like that. Like, it's hard to like make posters and like merch, and we have all these ideas that we want to do, but it's like so hard when the bands who are doing it have like huge budgets.
I love Korn because Korn is the selloutiest band to ever sell out.
Oh.
They didn't give a fuck. They're like their label was like, hey, Follow the Leader's coming out soon. What if you guys did like a signing event in every city and we flew you on private jets to each one? They're like, absolutely, no problem. We just signed this deal with Puma. We're all about that. It was like nu metal was like the anti-grunge. Grunge was like, no, fuck that. We're not selling out. Instead of selling out, sorry, nobody clipped that. But then nu metal was like, fuck yeah, we'll sell out. We love selling out. We love to sell out. And nowadays, people kind of have to figure out that balance. It's like you can't sell out all the way because there's nothing to sell. There's no buyers. I should say that. There's no buyers, but you do want to make that happen. Now, listen, though. You say things like, well, we can't do all the things that Korn did, but we can do that together. I can help you do that. If you want to do like giveaways, you want to do promo opportunities, just slap our logo on there and I'll repost it. That's
awesome. Yeah, that'd be amazing.
That's what I'm here. That is what I'm here to do. I am here to help you. I would like to use this platform I've created to get you guys the fan base you deserve. So chat, by the way, the Twitch stream is over. We're just scheming right now. That's usually where these artist interviews go. Is it like we do 30 minutes of yap and the next 30 minutes is like, here's how we're going to make you guys millionaires. But seriously, you guys can just smack a logo of ours on any poster you want. I will repost that shit. I will signal boost that shit. I want to do anything that I can to help get you guys the audience you deserve because your music is really good. Your energy is incredible. There's so much potential behind you guys. I want to help you guys find your audience.
That means the world.
Thank you so much. Seriously.
So it's $50 per post with an extra $75.
That's the 360 deal.
I've had people be like, "Yo, bro, how much to promote? How much for a promotion?" And I'm like, "Oh no, it's totally free." And they're like, "Really?" And they'll send me their music, and I'll be like, "But it's got to be good." Well, for you, it's $1,000, but if you have good music, it's for totally free. So we're about 37 minutes into this. I would like for you guys now let's pay it forward. Can you guys recommend the audience some bands that you guys have been, some new bands, some up-and-coming acts that you guys have been really into? I'm sure you guys are fans of Omerta.
Yeah.
Yeah. We fuck with Omerta.
Yeah.
We like Omerta.
Yeah, we like Omerta. Everybody on Afira Records, check out that entire roster. All those bands are
Can you?
amazing.
What was that again?
Afira Records.
Spell that.
It's like
EPHYRA. They're the people who signed Balmora, Adrian. I mean, kind of the whole like metalcore revival thing.
All right.
They really put that out. We love them a lot because they worked with us like pretty heavily and helped us out. We've got a pre-order out right now for hoodies, shirts, posters, cassettes, CDs.
Bitchin'. We love it. We love an engaged label. Who else you guys been into these days?
15 Rama.
15 Rama.
Is that like 1515?
Typed out.
Typed
The
out.
word 15.
And then what was the second word?
he actually plays bass in that band.
Yeah, he plays bass in that band. It's an awesome like moshcore band. If you just want to like put it on and dance, that's the thing to listen to.
It was 15 what? What was the second word?
Rhema, RHEMA.
It's like the Zayo song.
Yeah.
Got it. I'm typing it into the chat, so I want to make sure people can look it up later.
6 Shots in Dallas.
Six
For sure.
shots. And then there was a band we had talked about earlier. It was 3 words all squished into one. Bullets between tongues.
Tongues.
Yeah.
That's like pretty much our sister band. We love those guys so much. Almost every show we've played alongside them.
They put us on harder than any other band. Completely. They took us on our first tour. We're thankful to be friends with Jade before that band, before Empty Shell Casing, and they've all been nothing but supportive to us. It's awesome. Same with Cinema too.
Cinema, cool. Well, what's your dream tour lineup?
Fucking not
Wait.
fest.
I want to let Zach answer that because Zach hasn't answered a single question.
I have no idea.
Okay.
I think the one person I want to play with the most is Lil Wayne and Glassjaw.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's it.
Now that's a tour. And Lil Wayne exclusively plays Rebirth at each show. There will be no encore. He plays Rebirth, track 1 to track 12. That's it.
The Carters.
That's a fun, like, when I, like, explain to people, like, how many crazy-ass moments in nu metal history there are, it's like, in the Prom Queen video for Lil Wayne, Korn is his backing band.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's so awesome.
What a genre!
Yeah.
What a genre!
Yeah.
The width and breadth of the genre is just something to fucking behold. So, by the way, fun fact, like 2 years ago, Knotfest DM'd me, and they're like, hey, we're interested in what you're doing. We'd love to collaborate on something. Can we set up some time to chat? And I was like, no. I was like, yes, let's please do that. So got their email, got a Zoom going, and like I jump on the Zoom link, and I can't remember exactly what I was pitching them, but I was like, I'd love to just curate a festival stage for you guys. And they were like, that's not what we were. And I was like, I'd love to do that. I'd love to curate a festival stage. They were looking for like a podcast. It didn't hit me until like much later that they were like trying to like sponsor a podcast. But I was like, I was like, fuck a podcast. Let me curate a festival stage at Knotfest.
And it would have been awesome.
It would have been awesome.
It would have been amazing.
You probably could have gotten so many bands to reunite for that.
Oh my God, it would have been incredible. I'd have put so many bands on. But they were like, it hit me only like a month later when they weren't returning my calls anymore that I was like, fumbled that back. So let me ask you guys though, what are you up to next? I'm sure you're gonna be shooting your first music video soon or something.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what we're planning.
We want to put out like a promo single around like beginning of the year.
So the video's got to involve someone getting bullied at their high school. Let me just tell you, it's the cheat code for the nu metal music video. Someone's got to get bullied.
Well, we're thinking like random live shots that are in fast motion or slow motion. A band, like the band playing in some random ass, not like metalcore vibes, not like a warehouse, like
a warehouse with those light bars.
Yeah,
That's that's the ultimate in like I'm tuning out right away.
That's the move.
Like a dilapidated like bathroom, like a messed up bathroom, or like, and then like a confused person with like our logo fake tattooed on their arm.
Got to have someone in a straight jacket
Marching
all around looking crazy. Man,
Yeah.
what are some really good new metal music video locations? So first of all, I would say on a $200,000 soundstage on the Universal lot in Hollywood.
I think the craziest one is the My Own Summer music video where they're like on the platforms in the ocean. I think that's the craziest one.
Apparently that shoot sucked. That
I can-
shoot sucked. They were on those platforms for like 6 hours at a time. And another fun fact about that one is the director wanted to get some authentic footage of sharks. So he flew to Australia on Maverick's budget, but they couldn't get any shots of any sharks, so they just used stock footage instead. I just got a week-long... I think my theory is that he just wanted a week-long paid trip to Australia.
Well, our music video is gonna have real sharks.
They
Yeah.
were like... Maverick was like, "Hey, you guys forgot the camera equipment." Like, "Oh, we'll rent out there. It's fine. It's fine. You guys are gonna have real sharks." Wow, the budgets are actually quite a lot bigger than I thought they were.
Yeah.
Which song are you gonna be shooting the video for?
Lucy.
Oh no,
It's not a secret
It's
anymore.
not.
It's not a secret anymore.
Oh,
Be for Lucy.
Zane's a fuck up.
which one is it gonna be? Look at him. He's so bummed.
Yeah, fuck you.
Which one's it gonna be?
The song,
This-
Lucy. The
It is
song.
gonna be Lucy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, you guys weren't trying to leak that.
Yeah.
We didn't
That's
talk
okay.
about it. We didn't say whether or not we were going to.
Don't listen. This is the community. This is a safe community. This is a safe space. Not to mention, I don't know where they go to like Metal Hammer or like Loudwire and be like exclusive empty shell casing shooting a video for. You know what we should start? You guys. So you know how like Loudwire and Revolver live and die off those articles where they're like Corey Taylor said this thing.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna start doing that with like young bands. Like I'm gonna hit you guys up and be like, say something outrageous, and we'll make a headline out of it.
Ricardo will do that.
Yeah.
Empty
People-
showcasing said
Look
what?
at clicks.
Yeah.
Empty
I get paid for it, I'll
showcasing
do it.
fires back at Halsey over plagiarism claims. We'll just make it
Oh,
up.
yeah.
What
I'm
who
gonna kill
gives a
Katy
fuck?
Perry.
It won't be the most harmful thing posted to the internet that day. Well, guys, I want to start winding this one down. If you guys could just let everyone in the audience right now know where can they find you, what are you up to next? Give me live shows, EPs, songs, social medias, hoodies. Just lay it on me.
We got a merch pre-order on Afira's website. That's forafira.com. I believe it's in our Instagram bio. We got tapes. We got CDs. We got a bunch of merch.
Hoodies. We got tanks for the girls. Tank tops for the girls.
Hoodies for the girls.
Our music is for the girls.
Music's
Yeah.
for the girls.
Yeah.
New metal is for the girls.
We're party vibes.
We're party music.
Party metal.
Exactly, party metal. We're empty shell casing. You can find us on everything, all streaming. Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Instagram.
Shows.
we've got some cool shows coming up with the next
January.
weeks.
I don't know if any of them been announced yet. But
Don't leak it. Don't leak it.
I won't.
It's gonna be awesome though.
Yeah. Just stay tuned on our Instagram. We'll post all of our shows.
It's gonna be
All
crazy.
flyers on Instagram.
All flyers on the Instagram.
Well, I really appreciate you guys coming on the show. And before you go, I just want to say, from the absolute lowest corner of my heart, thank you guys so much for your contributions to music. You have no idea how much it gets me out of bed every day to just know there are bands out there like you guys making this music, being enthusiastic about, being excited about it. I am so excited to see what's to come for you guys, and I will help and support you guys every step of the way. My inboxes are open.
Thank you, man.
appreciate that.
Thank you, seriously.
All right, I'm gonna let you guys go now. Enjoy the rest of your day. What are you guys gonna get up to today?
We're gonna
play some
pool.
pool.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the bar, play pool, drink beer, smoke weed, do drugs, get women.
We don't.
I want to go to the bar, drink beer, and smoke weed.
No, we don't.
We're just gonna live our usual rock star lives.
Man, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna sit right here. I'm gonna sit right here and help
That sucks.
help you guys out. I didn't catch that actually. Does anyone wanna?
He said that sucks.
You know what, guys? There will be no extra support. I'm actually not thankful for your contributions to music. I don't like you guys at all. I really apologize to my fans for letting you guys on this show. Fuck all y'all. Have a terrible day. I hope your tires all go flat. I hope you miss every shot at pool. I hope the bitches laugh at you. Have the worst day ever. All right. No, but seriously. We're not going out.
Way too far.
We're not going out like that. But just to reiterate really quick, thank you guys for your contributions to music. Thank you guys for your contributions to the genre.
Here to go.
Please make sure to hit me up with new developments. Happy to do music video premieres or whatever for you guys. Peace out. Love and joy. New Metal for life.
Love you, Kirk. Thank you so much, man.
See ya. Wait, they're chanting my name. Let it.
Kirk, it's all about Kirk. Kirk, it's all about Kirk.
Every time I come in, Kirk is coming in with the click.
Kirk, get the bitches and Kirk, get the bitches. I pull up with a motherfucking Glock, little nigga. I don't care. I'll shoot the motherfucking in his head. Kirk, get the motherfucking bitch. I pull up with a stick, little nigga. I don't give a fuck.
Shout out, Kirk.
Not the Kirk freestyle. Damn. Where's my air horn? Where's my air horn? All right, goodbye, guys. Peace.